Welcome to my new tutorial. In this tutorial, we are going to take a look at a feature which is included inside of After Effects and is called Brainstorm. Brainstorm is a very powerful feature which is basically used to randomize properties. I don't see that many people use it, and I wanted to show it to you in order to help you understand that it is very powerful and can save you a lot of time and help you with your creative workflow. So we are here in After Effects CC. I'm going to open a new composition, so I'm going to click Ctrl N on my keyboard and call this composition 1. I'm going to make the comp size 1280 by 720 and leave it at 25 frames per second, 10 seconds long, and black background. I'm going to click OK, and right here I'm going to create a new solid, so Ctrl Y on my keyboard. The color does not matter, and I'm going to call it 1. Make sure it's comp size, click OK. In the Effects and Presets panel, let's type fractal noise, and that's the first effect I'm going to use with Brainstorm. So in the Effect Controls panel, I have the fractal noise effect. I'm going to click it once in order to select it, and click right on this button which says Brainstorm to open the Brainstorm panel. Now let me make it smaller, like this, and that's the Brainstorm panel basically. You have here 9 different screens. Each screen represents an option which Brainstorm gives you. Now, right here you can see a value of 25% randomness. If you increase it and click Brainstorm, you can see much more difference between each option, basically because it randomizes your values by 100%. So after clicking a few times on the Brainstorm option, I'm looking to find some interesting result that I wouldn't think of creating by my own. Let's take a look at this one. Now, I don't want to apply it just yet. I want to make sure I like it. I have this button which Brainstorm gives me, which is called Maximize Style. I'm going to click it and take a look at what I have achieved using Brainstorm. Now, it looks like smoke to me, and I'm not sure yet what it is, but I like it and I want to apply it to my current composition. Therefore, I have Brainstorm giving me the option to apply to composition. I also have an option which is called Save as a new composition, which will basically leave the composition you are working with now without any changes. I'm going to click on the first option which says Apply to Comp, and right away we can see that all of the changes were applied. Now, if animating it using the evolution, just like you can see here, I'm cycling through, we have pretty cool animation here going on, really cool. And I would honestly say that I would not think of creating it by my own using fractal noise, but Brainstorm actually gave me this result very quickly. Let's take a look at another example. So I'm going to create a new composition, call it 2, same dimensions and all of the other settings. Click OK. Let's create another solid, so Ctrl Y on the keyboard. I'm going to call it 2 and make sure it is comp size as well. Let's click OK. In the Effects and Presets panel, I'm going to type fractal, but this time I'm going to use fractal from the generate category and not fractal noise. I'm pretty sure that not many of you are familiar with this effect. What Brainstorm can also help you with is getting to know some of the effects that you don't know. But I do want to know what this effect is capable of. That's where Brainstorm comes in, and it can be really handy. With the fractal effect selected, let's open the Brainstorm panel. I'm going to increase the randomness to 100% and click fractal a few times. Right away I can see that fractal can generate light rays for me like this, just like you can generate with shape layers. So that's interesting. I'm going to click Brainstorm a few more times. Now we can see something really interesting right here, and I'm not sure what it is, but it looks really abstract and pretty cool. You might use it for your project, and after a few clicks on the Brainstorm, you can see what the fractal effect is capable of. It will save you a lot of precious time of discovering this effect, and it will generate many different options and show you the capabilities of this effect. Let's say I like this option and I would like to keep it in my next brainstorm. Therefore, I have this option which says include in next brainstorm. After clicking it, I can click brainstorm and be sure that it will stay right where it was. Now brainstorm generates some crazy rainbows for me. So okay, that's enough for now about the fractal effect. I have created a pretty cool background which I'm satisfied with, and I want to show you another example. I'm going to open a new composition and call it number 3. Now what you can use Brainstorm for is helping you with some color correction of your footage. Now I don't have a footage right here, but I have a picture and it will work fine for us, just like it would have worked with the footage. So I have a picture right here and I want to color correct it. So let's apply some color correction effects. I'm using here the FT toolbar. You can find it over ascripts.com and you can access all of the effects from the search panel of the effects and presets. I'm going to apply tritone and tint, brightness and contrast, levels, and even for color gradient. Now I have many effects here and I want to see what Brainstorm is capable of doing by mixing all of them. I'm going to select all of the effects, go to Brainstorm, increase the randomness, and simply give Brainstorm the option to get crazy. Right away I can see that Brainstorm has generated something pretty interesting and I want to apply it to my composition. Now since the 4-color gradient is pretty intense over here, I want to see how it looks without it. Simply a black and white image. I'm going to enable the 4-color gradient and simply decrease its opacity. Now I want to go into the tint effect and decrease the tint. Now right away I can see that Brainstorm helped me generate a pretty cool look. I'm not sure that I'm satisfied with it, but of course I can select all of my effects again, go into the Brainstorm, increase the randomness, and simply give Brainstorm the right to do its thing. So this one looks nicer, I guess. A very warm effect, and I want to desaturate it a little bit. It is too warm for me. Basically you can see how Brainstorm helps me color correct my footage, and if you want you can basically randomize only one of the effects, not all of them, or randomize them by different values of randomness. So that's a more practical use of it. I'm going to open a new composition, call it 5, and right here create a new solid, call it 5 as well. Now the example I'm going to show you is using the mirror effect. So right here in the effects and presets panel I'm going to type mirror, and from the trap code category I'm going to select mirror and put it over this solid. With the mirror effect selected I'm going to click Brainstorm, and now this is more practical for you to use in your motion graphic works. So I'm going to increase the randomness, and right here you can see an option which says toggle transparency grid. With mirror it is much more relevant than with other effects because you see a lot of blank spots over here. So I'm going to click Brainstorm a few times and see what I can generate with mirror. It is going to give me a lot of crazy results, I guess, because mirror is very powerful and can really be randomized well. So right away I can see some interesting background. Now this particular option looks again like some smoke to me, and with the right kind of adjustments it can really be animated well and give me a really good result. So using Brainstorm we have saved a lot of precious time. Instead of just clicking around and trying to randomize some values, we have Brainstorm doing it for us. So I hope that you are now convinced that Brainstorm is very powerful. I hope that you are going to start using it in your daily workflow. If you have any tips or questions, I would like to know about it. Leave a comment in the down section below. Please rate this tutorial and watch my other tutorials on the site. I would also thank you very much if you check out my projects on videohype.net. And if you have any particular tutorial that you would like to see, please let me know in the comments. So thanks for watching this tutorial. I'm Daniel Brodeski for taskplus.com. and I will see you next time.